Hart stood before the gray towers of Brookhaven, staring at the empty lot squeezed between two crumbling walls. The city felt cold, but her fingers traced the warmth of seeds in her pocket, a collection of tomato, mint, and sunflower dreams. A sharp, rhythmic sound cut through the urban roar. She looked down to see a small, matted brown dog limping behind a pile of rusted metal. The creature paused, ribs visible under its thin fur, and let out a soft, hungry whimper that broke Lena's heart. She knelt quietly, sliding half her sandwich toward the chain-link fence. The dog darted forward, snatched the bread, and vanished back into the shadows like a ghost. The next day, the lot was no longer empty. Lena found Theo there, his hands encased in oversized green gloves, dragging heavy wooden boards across the cracked earth. "I am fixing this place," he declared, his voice firm as he ignored the rush of passing commuters. Lena showed him the spot where the stray had hidden. They looked at the debris, the rusted iron, and then at each other with a silent understanding. "A garden," Lena said, her voice steady and full of purpose. "We will grow food for the shelter." Their work began simply, with a single rake and a shared vision for what this wasteland could become. By Saturday, the lot was a hive of activity. The transformation had become contagious. Mrs. Evelyn from the Willow Street shelter arrived with bags of soil and supplies. And soon, neighbors who had lived side by side for years without speaking were clearing trash together. Laughter began to drown out the city sirens. When the first green sprouts finally broke through the dark soil, the little dog now named Hazel finally found the courage to step out into the sunlight. She became their mascot, wagging her tail as the community turned a graveyard of concrete into a cradle of life. Every seed planted felt like a victory against the gray. But the city can be cruel. One morning, they arrived to find disaster. Vandals had trampled the delicate beds, crushing the young plants into the mud. The signs were torn, and the dream looked shattered. Yet, the community did not quit. There were no loud protests, only a silent, determined focus as they knelt back down in the dirt. They replanted the lettuce, mended the signs, and reinforced the fences with even more love than before. By summer, their resilience bore fruit. The lot became an explosion of vibrant color. Tomatoes hung heavy and red on the vines, and sunflowers stood like golden sentinels against the concrete skyline. The Harvest Festival brought the mayor to their gate, where she officially declared the Brookhaven Garden a protected sanctuary for all. That night, as the city lights flickered to life like distant stars, Lena sat on a wooden bench with Theo and Hazel. The air was thick and sweet, with the smell of damp earth and fresh mint. "We grew more than vegetables," Theo whispered, watching the neighborhood children share lemonade under the sunflowers. Lena nodded, watching Hazel nap peacefully in the center of the garden. The gray towers still loomed high above them, cold and imposing, but down here in the dirt, life was vibrant, rooted, and finally blooming.